Hey everyone, welcome to Marshal Magic, where we play Commander with 5 players. This is made possible by our local game store and sponsor Command Zone Games and Hobbies. You can check them out over at TCG Player. We also want to remind you to like and share this video so that all your friends can also be a part of the magic. Now sit back and watch the fireworks.
My name is Anthony. My role was the sheriff this round, so yeah, my role was to kill the bandits along with my deputy, whoever that may be, and I played green, blue, and red. And the cards that caught my eye for making the deck that I did was I got Strixhaven Stadium, which you know, it's a good card. Then I had Mizik's Mastery, which has an overload cost, which caught my eye, and I thought, you know, it'd be cool to get this one off too. And then of course Kazmina, the Planeswalker.
Hello, my name is Jeffrey. Today we played the sealed, draft format in Sheriff. The two of the main cards that I based the deck around was the Body of Research and Teferi's Protection. And then I also had a lot of lessons and learn cards that I happened to pull, so I took those into consideration, and they just happened to have all 5 colors, so it was quite a challenge, but I was ready for it. And
I'm Andy. It's my first time on Marshal Magic, and I am playing the zombie today. And I built my sealed deck around Belladros Witherbloom, a Witherbloom apprentice for Magecraft, and I splashed a lot of blue to play double major and other cards like it.
Okay, my name is Matthew. This is the first time being on the show. I was Anthony's deputy, and I tried to build my deck around 3 cards. First card was the Spectre of the Fens. This card is a flying, and it taps for 6 mana. Target opponents lose 2 life, and you gain 2 life. Second card, the Witherbloom Plant Mage. Whenever you cast a copy of an instance or sorcery spell, you gain 1 life. My third card I was building around was the Expanded Anatomy. Put 2 1/1 counters on target creature. It gains vigilance until the end of turn. I had 2 of these in the deck.
Hi, my name is Zach, and today I played as the Bandit in our sealed draft. My deck was based around 3 different cards. I pulled the Strix Silver Quill Dragon. It has flying and double strike, so I thought that was going to be off the bat, you know, a 5. You know, it comes down for 5 mana, so I thought it was going to be great. I also pulled a Dark Ritual, so I thought this was also going to go great with the black in my deck. I then pulled this legendary creature called Rutha, Merciless Artist. And you can return her to your hand and then copy an instant or sorcery spell, and you may choose new targets for that copy. So with the new mechanic of being Magecraft, I thought it'd be a really good idea to have this card in my deck. So I also wanted to run a lot of blue spells and red spells. So I ended up running a little 4-color deck, and that was my strategy, was try to play as much spells as possible until I could get my bigger dragons out.
Multiplayer draw. I'm going to play a mountain for the bandits that are out there. I had what I needed. I had enough land, and I had a creature for protection.
I'm gonna play a Lorehold Campus. It comes in tapped. I can tap it for mountain or plains, or I could pay for it and tap it to scry 1. My opening hand looked pretty good. I had plenty of land, and then I had a lot of spells I could play that had the learn ability on them.
Pass turn. I'll draw. I'll play a swamp for my land for turn and pass. I'm kind of worried a little bit about maybe mana fixing the card, stuff like that.
I will also be drawing. I'm gonna put down a mountain.
Mountain.
I was excited because it had a lot of mana, and I will pass my turn.
Alright, draw for turn.
Or maybe he's trying to give me a smoke signal.
I'm gonna play a Quandrix Campus. So that comes into play tap, and I can tap 4 to scry. Yeah, I'll pass turn. I was happy with my first hand, and I was gonna be able to ramp big in this game.
Tap, upkeep, draw. I'm gonna play a forest, and then I'm gonna tap 2 and play Campus Guide. When Campus Guide enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, then shuffle and put that card on top. It's a 2/1 golem. I mean, it's good. It goes to the top of the deck, but at least you know for sure the next card's gonna be a land artifact creature. So I'm gonna search for an island and put it on the top of my library after I shuffle. And then that will be the end of my turn.
A lot of the cards I had in my library were somewhat bigger and really mana color restrictive. So I just had to make sure to fix my lands appropriately, and then once I pulled those spells or spells to help me draw into them, I was just ready to cast them.
I will draw from turn.
Yeah, not
I'll
unlock this
play a
character.
forest, and I will tap 2 to cast a Witherbloom Apprentice, which is one of the key cards in my deck because I don't have very many creatures, and all the creatures have like a Magecraft payoff. But this card being the best Magecraft payoff in my hand, I'm pretty excited about this one too. The 2/2 with Magecraft says whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, each opponent loses 1 life and I gain 1 life. And I'll pass the turn.
That's pretty good.
I will draw. I'll be putting down the plains, and I will pass my turn.
Untap, upkeep, and then draw.
Important.
Two
You
color
do
set.
2 color, you're
I'll
safer,
play
but
plains.
rains.
I'll pass turn.
I'm gonna draw this island. Untap, upkeep, draw. I'm gonna play that island. I'll tap 2 and play Blood Age General. It's a Spirit Warrior, 2/2, and I can tap it, and attacking spirits gets 1/0 until the end of turn. Alright, so I'm going to go to combat.
Who are you gonna attack?
I'm gonna attack Andy for 2.
Oh,
If I let him hit me, I'm kind of considering it, and then I think, well, if I let him hit me, maybe he'll think like I'm the deputy. It's nice not being targeted and just letting the attention go to someone else for now.
It's one of those things where you're not going to find out on turn 1 who's on your side and who's not. Okay. That's
With some assistance.
Strong. Well, I would 4 cards. It's just a land. I was like, hey.
must be the
And I'm gonna pass my turn. Untap, draw.
Scry at the end of the game.
Forest. I will pass.
Oh.
Pass of the turn. No tapping, huh? I shall be placing a forest, and I will tap all 3 for Letter of Acceptance.
Nice.
Add 1 mana of any color. If I tap it, I sacrifice Letter of Acceptance and draw a card. To build up my mana, and I will pass my turn.
Nice little mana rock.
Commander Speeder.
I'm gonna play Archway Commons. And enter the battlefield tapped, and I have to pay 1 or sack it. I can tap it for any color. So I'll pay the 1.
Pass turn. Untap. Oh, that face that green. Upkeep, draw step. Play mountain. I am going to tap 3 and play Vortex Runner. As long as you control 8 or more lands, Vortex Runner gets 1/0 and cannot be blocked.
I know this creature's unblockable, so this is gonna be a problem later on. I'm the bandit, and once he finds out that, he's gonna be attacking me with this unblockable creature.
I'm going to go to combat, and Zach and Jeff.
Yeah, I'll take the 2.
I didn't want to kill his creature, but I had a response. I'll respond. I'm going to tap 2 for arcane subtraction. Target creature, the one attacking me, is going to get -4, -0. So I take no damage, and then I'm going to learn the one attacking me.
Yeah. It doesn't die. It gets -4.
-0.
Yeah. I'm going to get pest summon as my lesson.
Learn is a great ability, so I felt like in this instance he was just trying to get a card out of his sideboard so that he'd have something else to play on his turn, and it coming along with him not taking damage was just great icing on the cake for him.
Creates 2 1/1 black and green pest creature tokens. When they die, I gain 1 life.
Those new learn cards, they have some pretty crazy abilities.
Swamp. And tap 3 for the pest summoning. As a side, create 2 1/1 black and green pest tokens. I'm able to get some chump blockers out there, and then if they do happen to die, I gain a life for each one that dies.
I was gonna bring out my creature and I was gonna wrap him up, try to direct it at Jeff, but I saw that his field was gonna start getting built up, so I had to find other options.
That's gonna be it for me. Pass turn. Draw for my turn. Play a forest, and I will again just pass.
Now that I'm not the center of attacks, I can kind of continue to lay low, kind of sandbag a little bit because I don't have all my colors yet.
He hasn't played one thing yet. He keeps passing the turn, passing the turn. Every turn he just passes the turn, he doesn't play anything, so he's got to have some gold in that hand. I know it.
I shall be drawing. I'll be tapping my land and dropping a swamp. I'll be tapping 5 mana for a Witherbloom Pledge Mage. It has Magecraft. Whenever you cast a copy, an instant, or a sorcery spell, you gain 1 life. And it's a 5/5 creature.
And I was gonna go full force on whoever didn't have a creature to block.
That will end my turn.
It's a good blocker.
I can attack her too. I will play an island.
So I see a little bit of green and I see a little bit of black over there on Andy's side, and I'm thinking I probably need to check out what's in his hand.
I'll tap for a black and I'll play Duress. Target opponent reveals their hand and I choose a non-creature, non-land card from it, and that player discards that card. I'm gonna choose Mr. Andrew.
So then my plans of laying low kind of get thrown out the window.
Just seeing him reveal his whole hand, it's kind of scary seeing the cards that he has in hand and seeing what could potentially be coming down the road.
How do you,
Oh, okay. So non-land, non-creature got vitality. Or you
gotta reveal the whole hand.
They reveal, yeah, they reveal their hand.
Yeah, so it's those 2, and then I have these 2 that. So double major, Eureka Moment, infused with vitality, Deadly Brew, and then I have a forest and a manifestation sage.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna choose actually Eureka Moment.
Eureka Moment?
Yeah.
Here we go, here it is. He's gonna try and draw 2 cards and play lands or something with this Eureka card. It's gotta go. Bye.
I lose a card that allows me to draw and ramp, which is really rough.
That was a good choice. Well played.
How do you,
And he got to see that he had no blues. So
Everybody sees that not only do I have some solid cards in hand, I can't cast most of them. So a lot of my kind of like laying low is gone.
Guess you're not gonna get that moment, huh?
I thought I was.
so that was too powerful.
You need the blue anyway to play that.
Just 1?
Then I'm gonna tap 3 and I'm gonna play Solve the Equation. I'm gonna search my library for an instant or sorcery card and put it into my hand.
Here we go. This is perfect. This is the exact card I wanted. I drafted this card and thought, yes, this is exactly what I need to search up a perfect card in my deck.
I was kind of panicked because I don't know these cards. We don't know these cards, so there could be anything in his deck.
Searching for any instant or sorcery in his deck, that's a problem.
The good thing is we get to see what he gets out, so we can be somewhat prepared for it.
And I was really thinking about getting Dark Ritual. That would have been my number one, but then everyone would have known what it was. Everyone would have seen what it was. So I had to take this in consideration when I'm searching.
Accumulation of Study says exile top X card to your library. For each land card exiled this way, create a treasure token. And for each blue card exiled this way, draw a card. And for each red card exiled this way, accumulation of studies deals 1 damage to each opponent. In my hand.
Each opponent, huh? Each opponent.
It's a crazy card to pull.
Yeah.
It's a pretty crazy card.
Sounds pretty
Crazy
intense,
one.
like, you know, it's intense.
Sounds pretty zombie-fied.
Trying to study.
Felt like he was doing the most damage to, not physical damage, but more psychological and seeing everybody's cards and stuff.
You're over here letting someone get too much leverage on what they're doing, and then they go nuts. Then what are you left with?
Matthew.
Draw. Oh, look at that. Top decking lands. That's beautiful. Alright, I'm going to tap 3. And I'm going to play... I'll play Electrolyze. It deals 2 damage. Divide it as I choose among any 1 or 2 targets in the draw card. I'm going to hit yours, Jeff.
People are gonna just remove your creatures if you play them, so I didn't play any creatures out because I don't want my creature to get removed.
And then I'm gonna draw a card.
So you gain 2 life.
Now I'm open though, so just hope he doesn't swing at me.
Gain 2 life.
Okay, and then I'm gonna draw a card. I'm gonna tap 1, and I'm gonna play Shock and do 2 damage to any target. It's a 2/3?
So you're targeting Witherbloom punches?
Yes.
This is a key piece in my deck. I need this Magecraft trigger. I need this life gain to kind of stay in this, especially with my lands the way they are, and I'm kind of playing slow. So I make the decision to save the creature, hoping that, you know, later I don't need the protection.
Okay, in response, I'm going to tap a green and a black and cast Infuse with Vitality, targeting Witherbloom Apprentice. It gains, when this creature dies, return it to the battlefield tapped under its owner's control, and I gain 2 life. That's going to trigger Magecraft, and all of you are going to lose 1, and I'm going to gain 1.
I wish I pulled that, because that's in there. Should have had it.
Now the sheriff starts throwing around damage. He's killing Jeff's creatures, and then he starts to target my creatures. And lucky for me, I have protection in my hand.
Because of the Infuse with Vitality, and then the shock happens, then he dies, and then he comes back to attack.
Did you gain the 1 life already from the Magecraft?
I did not.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm gonna go to combat, and I'm going to attack you, Zach, for 4.
Me?
Yep.
Really?
This is why you need to play creatures. This is why people had creatures out.
Okay. You did stuff to other people. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Pass turn.
Set.
Can't be upset, I guess.
I didn't have enough
I'm
to
gonna
do
play
5
Island.
damage, so I'm like, I can't do anything to that.
Tap 5.
Yep.
For my very own Witherbloom Pledge Mage. It was just gonna help me stay above the damage that was being dealt to me by everyone else by being able to cast little spells and gaining life.
Nice.
Very good.
And then I'm going to pass my turn. Untap.
This is whenever
And draw.
cast a spell.
I'm going to play
Non-creature.
Force. Insert my land for turn. And I'm going to
No island?
tap 4 and play Manifestation Sage. It's a 2/2, and when it enters the battlefield, I create a 0/0 green and blue fractal creature token and put X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the number of cards in my hand. So I'm getting a 3/3.
I need more of a board presence in order to, you know, kind of subvert blockers, you know, think twice before attacking me, but also kind of just, you know, protect myself for later in the game.
3/3 fractal.
Yep. And that's going to be my turn. Pass.
We draw a card. Okay, I'm going to be playing Hall of Oracles, and I can tap it for a colorless mana, or I can also tap it, put a 1/1 counter on target creature, activate only as a sorcery, and only if you cast an instant or a sorcery spell this turn. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to be tapping 1 mountain. I'm going to play Shock, and I'm gonna use, it does 2 damage to any target, I'm gonna do 2 damage to this.
Got rid of it because I didn't want, it's gonna affect all of us, especially the sheriff, so.
So just as I get rid of that other problem trying to take this creature, he gets targeted for a shock again, which sucks, but I might have a card in hand that'll allow me to get it back later. I'm kind of thinking this isn't the worst thing in the world.
Shit, I can't save him this time, so Witherbloom Apprentice will die.
So you're gonna have a trigger right here with your mage crash and you'll gain a life.
I'm gonna gain a life. Over here copying me.
And I will be tapping. I'm gonna tap 3 mana. I'm gonna play Expanded Anatomy. Put 2 1/1 counters on target creature. It gains vigilance until the end of turn.
Please don't attack me with that. Please, I have done nothing. I have done nothing to you guys.
Then you'll get another trigger.
Tap this since I used a extra sorcery, and I'm gonna add 1/1 to it.
Nice. So that is now an 8/8.
Seeing his get bigger was scary. I was just like, I hope it doesn't come my way, because I don't know if I was prepared to block or not.
I showed you his hand. Look at all the stuff that's in Andrew's hand. Like, Andy has so many things in his hand that you're gonna not want on the battlefield. Like,
We'll be swinging as that.
Why?
Because you were the only one so good.
What the heck?
ow! Why? Why? Everyone has, I think, like 21 life, and I'm at 5. Like, did I really do something so bad?
I'll tap 3. And I'm gonna play a Spectacle Mage. As flying, an instant and sorcery spells I cast with mana value 5 or greater cost 1 less to cast. So 2/2 with flying. I'll pass the turn.
Untap. Upkeep. No triggers. I'll step. I looked at my hand and I saw that I had choices to make. Either keep him alive and focus on other things, or make the table a little bit smaller, more controlled. I would still have an ally at the table, in my opinion, because, like I said, Matthew, it was either zombie, or either he's gonna turn him into a zombie, or he knew what he was doing when he attacked him, because it would go around and be my turn. I would eliminate him, so it wouldn't be a zombie move for him to bring him down to 5 and not finish him off. And play Mizik's Mastery. Exile target card that's an instant or sorcery from your graveyard. For each card exiled this way, copy it and you may cast the copy without paying its mana cost, and then exile Mizik's Mastery. I'm not going to use that whole thing. I'm just going to use it one time. I'm going to choose Electrolyte and cast it without paying its mana cost.
Oh no, not this card. Not this Mizik's cards. He's like gonna just play cards back from his graveyard again. This is not good.
So I'm going to do 2 damage. I'm going to do 2 damage to use that graveyard.
You're gonna target me with it. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. If you're zapping me here, I'm definitely dead. We got like 3 creatures on the board. Like, yeah, no, that's it for me, I think.
Okay. How do you feel about Zachary going down to 3?
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go to combat. I'll draw a card actually. Draw a card. Go to combat.
Yeah, I'm at 3.
Okay. No response.
No response.
I'm gonna attack you with everything.
Alright, I will block this guy. We're gonna trade. I'll die.
Somebody had to die first. So they knew. They already knew. I searched my library. I looked into people's hands. They were scared. They were all on board for this. Everybody. I think even my teammate. Whoever he is out there. Please help me. No? Okay. Goodbye. I hope you guys enjoy the apocalypse.
How do you...
I hope he's not my teammate, you know?
Hey guys, just a quick reminder, we do have a Patreon and we do have a Twitter. We also have an Instagram, so go ahead and go check those out. Come support us in any way you can. We appreciate every little bit of it. Thank you so much for watching this video. Now, let's get back to the game.
And
Please be the deputy. Please be the deputy. And then
I'm the bandit.
Go, that's one. One more left.
He tried to act like he was on your side. Oh.
And just like that, one of the first players is gone. And he gets his role revealed and he's a bandit. So now it's like the net's kind of tightening around everybody. Like we know one bandit's gone, so there's only one more bandit, a zombie, and a deputy. And I really, really want to look like the deputy.
Zachary was like a little doe with a broken leg, and someone had to take it out of the pastures.
I'm gonna pass to him.
untap, upkeep, draw. I'm on my own. It's 2v1v1. I just gotta work with the dead now.
I didn't know who else was the bandit at the table, so now it was, you know, gotta feel around again, find out who's who.
Tap 1, 2. For a cram session. I'm gonna gain 4 life and learn, and it's gonna trigger my wither blue. So I'm gonna gain 5 life total, and I'm gonna learn. I think it's a really cool mechanic. It sucks that it's not applicable in Commander. Yeah, I will get Pest Summoning.
That one again. It's a possibility if you want
I'm gonna draw a card and I'm gonna learn. And I'm gonna gain life. I will get Introduction to Prophecy. It's gonna scry 2 and then draw. That goes to my hand. I'm gonna go ahead and pass my turn. I'll untap and I'll draw.
So coming off a big turn from Jeff, who gained a lot of life and, you know, played a good amount of spells, it's come to my turn and I'm thinking I got kind of a plan. So I'm holding Deadly Brew. And it says each player sacrifices a creature or planeswalker.
And if I sacrifice a permanent this way, I can return a permanent from a graveyard to my hand. So I'm gonna sacrifice Manifestation Sage, and I'm going to return Witherbloom Apprentice to my hand.
I get rid of my Manifestation Sage, which hurts a little, but I get back one of my key pieces in that Witherbloom Apprentice.
Well, I had a bunch of creatures on the battlefield, so I'm just, you know, I just had to pick one, really. I think I had 3 on the battlefield at that moment, so I just had to pick one.
I've never heard of the card, and so when he started explaining it, and when I saw that I had to sacrifice my 8/8 creature that I worked hard to build up, I was pretty disappointed.
And then I will go to combat, and I will send 3 at Jeff. Just because you got the highest life total. You can't be higher than the sheriff.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Well, that's my boy.
That's his boy. That's crazy.
Everybody's my boy, let's go! Everybody's on my team.
Yeah, that's my turn. Go ahead.
At this point, maybe I don't take the sheriff out directly, maybe I kind of go for Matt. I don't know his role, I really don't know anybody's role, nobody's given up anything, but hopefully I can take him out and he's like the deputy. That way everybody's focused on the sheriff and we have 2 zombies.
And the way Andy's been playing, he's fooled me so far. So I don't know what his role is. I don't know if the others have figured it out at this point or not, but I sure haven't.
to the roll to review.
I'm just gonna put planes and turn.
Yo, hey, that's your turn.
Oh yeah. Just come visit my tombstone.
Right, skull and bones. One thing that I was worried about was that the zombie was just gonna take the, I feel like the zombie's gonna take the final cut at the end, so I had to be careful. I'm gonna tap 4 and play Fuming Effigy. It's a 4/3. When one or more cards leave your graveyard, Fuming Effigy deals 1 damage to each opponent. Should have done that first, but I didn't have it in my hand. Yeah, Jeff, I'm gonna try and bring it back down.
I'm just taking hits. I can't block. I can't cast anything.
2? Down to our level, or their level at least, yeah. 2.
I'm gonna untap, upkeep, draw. I'm gonna tap 3
That's why it's
for Pest Summoning again.
Oh no.
That's it. Yeah, right here. They're on my battlefield. I'm trying
I'm gonna make 2 more pests. I wonder what the next play is gonna be. Tap 3. Go ahead. Scry 2. I'm gonna play Introduction to Prophecy. Scry 2 and then draw a card.
Yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Last turn.
Tap. Draw a card. Play my land for turn.
Oh, it's an islands.
I'm gonna tap. Finally, blue mana. I draw an island. I'm thinking perfect. I have Witherbloom Apprentice in my hand, and I have Double Major in my hand since the beginning of the game. In this way, I can get 2 of my key pieces.
Tap 2, green and a black to cast Witherbloom Apprentice, but I'm going to hold priority and tap a green and a blue to cast Double Major, copying a target creature spell I control, which would be Witherbloom Apprentice. So that resolves, and then I get Witherbloom and a copy of Witherbloom Apprentice. I'm going to pass.
Needed to pull something fast because we're going to start losing life very quickly, and I needed to protect all of us. I'm going to play a forest, and then I'm going to tap 2. I'm going to sacrifice Letter of Acceptance, and I'm going to draw a card. I drew another Plains.
I'm gonna untap. At least he's 1 step closer to the next play. Upkeep and ball. I'm gonna tap 3 and play Vortex Runner. That's another one. As long as I control 8 or more lands, Vortex Runner gets 1/0 and can't be blocked. And then I'm gonna tap 1 and play Zephyr Roots. The creature has flying. It's an equipment. Equip 2. And whenever a equipped creature does combat damage to a player, draw a card, then discard a card. I wanted to A, eliminate the bandit as fast as possible, and also B, not give the zombie some food to eat. And I'm going to attack you, Andy, for 4 damage from Fuming Effigy.
So maybe having 2 key pieces is a little bit of like a warning sign to everybody else, because the sheriff starts to swing at me again. And, you know, I'm thinking, I really don't want to take 4 damage again, or whatever, how much this is. But if I don't block, it kind of throws everybody off. So I think I'm going to do that.
I declare no blocks.
I am convinced that Andy is a deputy.
Yes.
Untap. Upkeep. Can't block yourself, man. I'm on board.
Wait a minute. I don't trust any of them.
We'll play a forest. Let's tap 4.
Welcome to Big Apparent.
For a Gnarled Professor. Got Trample, it's a 5/4. When it enters the battlefield, I learn.
Just as the rest of my deck has been doing, it helps me learn, and it lets me pull a lesson spell from outside of the game.
So I draw Crushing Disappointment this turn, which is a solid card. And now because I have 2 of the Witherbloom Apprentices, I'm gonna net nothing. I don't lose life, I don't gain life, and I draw 2 cards. Also while draining everybody for 4. This is a sweet turn for me.
So, everyone will lose 2 and I will gain 2.
But do you lose total?
I'm gonna lose 2 after I gain these 2. So you guys.
So he breaks even.
Yeah, I break even. You guys would lose 4.
We know who the true enemy is.
Yeah, because he's not just doing it to you guys, he's doing it to me too. Any 8
Remember,
lands.
he's not going to block your stuff, Anthony. Use your barrel.
I'm gonna tap 2 and cast a Needle Thorn Drake, a 1/1 flying Death Toucher.
Worse is flying. All of a sudden you get flying.
Use your buddy though, Anthony.
And
Go to combat?
I'll go to combat. I will swing 4 at you, Matt.
Yeah.
I had nothing to block with, so I was wide open.
Pleasure. And I'll pass turn.
I'm gonna untap everything. I'm gonna play Plains. Oh, and my turn.
Oh, it's my turn. Well, like Zach, why aren't you untap? Draw. Okay, that's something.
Got jokes and
jokes. I'm tap 3 and play Biomathematician.
What does that do?
When he enters the battlefield, create a 0/0 green blue fractal creature token, then put a 1/1 counter on each fractal you control.
I have a way to get rid of the boots, but I think that's a little bit too early to play my cards, you know, show my hand. Like I said, if I still haven't determined who's who, maybe Anthony's in the same boat.
I'm going to equip the Zephyr boots to my Fuming Effigy.
What do those give him?
Flying. And whenever he does combat damage, I draw a card and then discard a card. It's good. I was really actually focused more on the ability where I was able to draw and discard a card if I did, whenever I did combat damage. And then I'm going to go to combat, attack you, Jeff, for 4.
I can't really block it. I mean, again, I can get rid of the boots, but it's still just 4 damage. So I can take it and then still be able to cast stuff and gain some life back. So I'm not really too worried at the moment.
And then I'm going to draw a card and discard a card. Because of Zephyr boots. The easy boots. Yeah. Moose card, Pillar Drop Warden. And then I'm going to pass turn.
Upkeep. Draw. Okay, swamp. Tap 1 to play an Unwilling Ingredient. 1/1 Menace. I could tap 2 and a black to exile him from my graveyard. If I do, I draw a card and I lose a life. Tap 3. For Necrotic Fumes. As an additional cost to cast this, I'm going to exile a Pest. And then Magecraft.
So consider dying when they exile. No, it's not. Oh.
And when I'm gonna exile target creature or planeswalker, I'm going to exile your Death Touch flyer.
So Jeff's really starting to bare his teeth towards me. He learned that Necrotic Fumes earlier to put into his hand, which kind of made me iffy, but I'm glad he's using it now on something as small as a 1/1 Death Touching flyer.
And then I'm gonna go to combat. And then this one is shoot. Just for 5. Left the Pest to block just in case as a deterrent, so if it did die I could gain a life and maybe stay alive.
I will take 5.
Ooh.
See how they swing at people? You're wide open, they didn't even touch you.
You sound like you have a problem.
Enjoy this moment.
That means that you're such a good player, we just don't want to play with you.
Exactly that.
I'm gonna tap 2.
Deck
And
builder.
cast
Amazing
a
deck builder.
Quandrix Apprentice. It's a 2/2 with Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant and a sorcery spell, I can look at the top 3 cards of my library, reveal a land, put that in my hand, and put the rest on the bottom in a random order.
Alright, so big turn for me. I play a Quandrix Apprentice, and I then play Field Trip, which is going to trigger 3 Magecraft triggers. I'm going to drain everybody, I'm going to be able to look at the top 3 for a land, and then I get to resolve Field Trip, which will already put another land on my field, and then it'll let me learn.
And when that triggers, that's going to trigger all 3 Magecraft, so you guys will lose 2.
What you did already, right?
Not yet.
And then I will gain 2, and then the Quandrix Magecraft will trigger, and I will look at the top 3 and put a land card. I will reveal a land card, put it into my hand, put the rest in the bottom of the library. So that's the one I found, that in my hand. And then I will search for a basic forest and put that onto the battlefield tap. That'll go there, and then I will learn. I will put Environmental Sciences into my hand.
Very eventful turn.
And then I'll play my land for turn. This is a swamp. And I will tap 2 to cast Environmental Sciences. That's going to trigger trap again.
From my sideboard, which is a 2-drop, which is perfect because I have 2 open mana, get 3 more Magecraft triggers. I'm feeling really good.
3 times, so all of you will lose 2 again. And I will gain 2. And then then this Magecraft will trigger, and I'll look at the top 3 and reveal a land out of it. Revealing an island, and I'll put the rest in the bottom, in random order. This will go to my hand. And then Environmental Sciences will resolve. and I will search for a basic, reveal it, put it in my hand, shuffle, and then gain 2 life. Islands. And then I will gain 2 life. Did you already? I'm not going to attack at all. I'll pass.
Draw per turn. I'm gonna play a plains. I'll end my turn.
Untap. It's the cuss. Upkeep and draw. Until tap 3 and play Biomathematician again. When it enters the battlefield, create a 0/0 green-blue fractal creature token, and then put a 1/1 counter on each fractal you control. So I'm going to go to combat. Yeah, I'm going to attack you for 4 Jeff, and then I'm going to attack you for 2.
Is he flying?
4 on the ground.
4 on the ground?
He has a 3/3.
I have to find a way to end the game now, or board wipe or something. Something has to happen.
What are they? It's a 2/2 and a
2/2 and a 2/2.
I'm still holding out, trying not to show my hand too early, but I'm thinking maybe this might be the next turn to, to do something.
I'll take 4, and then you'll take 4, and then I'll draw a card and discard a card from Zephyr Foods. I'm going to tap 2 and play Blood Age Gemini. Attacking spirits get +1/+0 till the end of turn when I tap it. It's a 2/2 Spirit Warrior. And I have 1 other spirit on the battlefield. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to my. I discarded myself. I discarded her. Let's do that. I'm going to go ahead and go to my end step. That's
attack. Upkeep. Draw. Then planes. The 5/4 at Matt. My Knowledge Professor. And then the Unwilling Ingredients at Andy.
So 5 at me.
And 1 at me. I'll take 1.
And Jeff is still swinging relentlessly.
I was looking at Anthony's field and he was building up. Jeff was building up. Andy was building up. I thought that if I don't build up quick, I'm gonna die.
That would be it for me. That's true. I'm gonna untap. And I will draw for turn. Play my land for turn. I'm gonna tap 5 to cast Ether Helix. Return target permanent to its owner's hand, and return target permanent from your graveyard to your hand. So it's going to trigger Magecraft 3 times. Everybody will lose 2, and I will gain 2.
Oh my goodness. This is not good. If you're a zombie, dude, it's over. So when I saw him doing that, I was like, okay, with these colors, that's predictable, but at the same time, it's going to become a problem soon enough because he's going to be able to outlast me. And at the same time, his creatures were looking bigger than mine.
So this is an important turn. Jeff's life is low. Matt's not doing much of anything, and I'm thinking I could really do it this turn.
This could be it. I really hope that he's not the bandit, because that's it. That's game for me.
This Magecraft will trigger, and I will look at the top 3 and reveal a land. Put a swamp into my hand. He's on the bottom. Yeah, I'll bounce your pest.
Ether Helix.
And I will return it permanent. Are you doing anything in response?
Yes. Okay. I am going to tap 1. I'm going to do Lash of Malice. Target creature gets +2/-2 until end of turn, and we'll turn it.
Okay, so that was in your response?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that does.
Okay, so then I will bounce your pest, and then can I get my Witherbloom effects back? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll bounce. Yeah, I'll put that back there. Tap a green and a black to cast a Witherbloom effect. I will go to combat, and then I will swing 5 at you and 2 at you.
I don't want you to attack though. Usually the deputy would kind of like, you know, consult with the sheriff in a sense, like, so hey, sheriff, buddy, pal, what do you want me to do? Like, you know, should I kill this person? Should I kind of like consulting with, you know, the partner that's at the table.
So here it is. Here's the attack. I'm going for it. I'm swinging out. I am going to get zombies this turn. And then,
In response to his attack, I'm going to tap 3.
Jeff has a response. And for a second, I'm like, oh no, I messed up. I overstepped my hand. I'm going to mess this up.
I'm going to play Cross and Grip, targeting the boots. Zephyr boots.
This was just a big middle finger to Anthony on my way out the door.
Okay, response. Okay, then we go to damage. 5 damage, 2 damage. Okay. Can I do it now?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's get them, boys.
Nice.
Let's go. We're in this.
Up to 10.
I should have thought this out better when I was dealing my damage.
Saw the black. I just stared at Anthony. I said, "Yes, your time's coming, Mr. Anthony."
And boom, just like that. No more laying in the dirt, no more hiding. Zombies are out here, and we're coming for the sheriff.
We want brains, and it looks like Anthony's the only one with them, so we're gonna go get him real quick.
I'll have to deal with 3 zombies, so we'll see how that goes.
We're in
Up
this.
to 10.
10.
Someone's gonna be in a uphill battle. In the climb.
You do anything else?
No.
Busting out.
That will be my turn.
I'm starting to miss you.
Crazy. I just get turned into a zombie and I get a creature. That's crazy. Huh?
Look at that.
Alright.
Look at that.
It was destiny.
I'm gonna go ahead and drop a mount.
I was in the right path trying to kill you. Just not fast as
I did that close and grip. That was good.
I should
I'm
have
gonna tap
attacked
2. How do I go? What? Like 10 turns of drawing nothing but land almost, and as soon as it turned into a zombie, I pull a creature. I was like, what happened? Just like that. As soon as I die.
Matt's just kind of dead in the water.
I'm gonna play Twin Scroll Shaman,
Ooh, 1-2 double striker. Nice.
ending my turn.
Yeah. Just, I guess join, but I mean, I like that. I guess being alive. Draw. No. One more. So I'm going to attack you, Jeff, for 10.
But then I take a look at my board, and again the state that Anthony's at, and I'm realizing I'm just a meat shield.
I forgot that Jeff isn't gonna have a turn. So Sheriff obviously kills Jeff. A bit of a bummer, man. I would have loved to have a 3-on-1. It felt kind of like we were like a horde of zombies, and now it's just kind of like we're like a group. We're like a group, a small friend of zombies.
Okay. And then I'm going to attack you, Matthew, for 6.
I'll block one.
Okay, so which one are you blocking?
1, 2, did he die?
He'll trade with any of them, so.
Okay, which one are you blocking?
No.
I'm going to tap 1 and play Snakeskin Veil. We give hexproof and put a 1-1 counter on, so we can get 3-3.
Oh.
And then I'm going to pass my turn.
So, it'll go to my turn?
Yeah.
Welcome to the underworld.
Untap.
And wrong turn.
And return. Okay. I'm gonna tap 7. 7.
I get to play my dragon, Belladros Witherbloom. And this is feeling like the game is in the bag. I am so sitting pretty right now.
To cast Belladros Witherbloom.
Oh. Is that the dragon?
Yep. Flying 4/4. We can have each upkeep create a pest, and then I can pay 10 life to untap all my lands.
Man, that right there is...
It was good.
But yeah, that's why I want to see it.
I'm going to.
Oh yeah, I talked about that.
I'm going to tap these 3 lands and float that mana.
So I just resolved Belladros. I feel really good. And then I remember, Belladros has a second ability. I can pay 10 life and untap all my land. And I already have 3 land up. That's floating more mana. And I have a good Magecraft trigger in my hand and a removal spell in my hand. So I'm like, why not? Let's pay the 10 life. Let's do it. We're zombies.
Then I'm gonna pay 10 life to untap all my lands.
You get a 9.
So I have 1 of each one. I have Soul Time floating essentially. And then I will tap 4 to cast Archmage Emeritus. It's a 2/2 with Magecraft. Whenever I cast instant or sorcery, I draw a card. Then I'm going to pay 1 black to cast Lash of Malice on a 2/2 that you control.
So,
1, 2.
those Vortex runners, what are they?
2, 3.
They're 2/3s?
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 2s.
Okay, I will do it on the red 2/2 there.
Yep.
Oh no, that has a plus counter.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I'll do it to the Biomathematician.
Biomathematician.
Yeah.
Good deal.
And then with Magecraft, that's gonna trigger this one, this one, this one, and this one. So you guys will lose 2 life and I will gain 2 life. And then I will look at the top 3. And then I will draw a card. I will not go to combat, I will just pass the turn. On your upkeep, I make a pest. Yeah, here's upkeep.
Each upkeep.
Each upkeep. Thank you.
Draw.
I will play land per turn. It bummed me out that my deck was really slow. You know, I learned a lot. I need to have less mana for sure. End turn.
My turn. Sorry.
Yeah,
Okay. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put that in. Tap against untap.
I might not.
Okay, so I'm going to tap. I'm going to tap 4 and play Biblioplex Assistant.
Okay.
Flying. When Biblioplex Assistant enters the battlefield, put up to 1 target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to the top of your library.
And how?
I was looking for the top deck, but I had no way of drawing, and I was just, like I said, top decking every turn. Jeez, that's so tough. Maybe I'll just do that. I'm gonna choose Snakeskin Veil.
Okay.
Put it on the top. We'll took 1. Matt, you're at what, 3? Okay. You have 1 flying creature.
Yes.
Toughy. Matt, I'm just gonna attack you. Brains.
And then there goes my last zombie friend. But you know what? I think it might be a little too late for the sheriff to take me out. I'm making pests each turn, and these are gonna gain me life, and they're chump blockers. And I have a 4/4 flyer in the air. So I am feeling kind of like close to over.
Yeah, that's all. Okay.
So coming into my turn, this is feeling like it's gonna be a slog fest, man. The sheriff has 1 card in hand, and I have a go blank, which doesn't really do me a lot because I know he has Snakeskin in his hand. But I figure why not? I have a Magecraft trigger to draw a card, I might be able to do something.
Good. Tap 2 to cast Go Blank. Target player discards 2 cards, and then exile all cards from that player's graveyard. So.
Now I have no way to respond at all, so it's just his show now. Until next turn.
And then Archmage Magecraft, I will draw a card.
And then I draw this. Well, I draw this.
Cast Echoing Equation. Choose target creature you control. Each other creature you control becomes a copy of it until the end of turn, except those creatures aren't legendary if the chosen creature is legendary. So I'm going to have a board full of Belladros Witherbloom.
Nice.
And then Magecraft.
It's a bunch of Elder Dragons on the battlefield that are non-legendary, and then 1 legendary Elder Dragon. So it was an inevitable end. When it comes down to is that I'm just gonna have to become a zombie.
All of my creatures are Belladroses. We're all swinging. Zombies are winning.
And then I will go to combat, and I will swing 4, 8, 12, 16, 20,
24,
25, 26, 27.
25, 26, 27 in the air at you.
Game over.
Perfect.
Zombies. Zombies win, baby. Brains. So this was a really fun game for me. I am more of a casual commander person. I started in limited, so coming back and drafting feels really fun to me. But then, you know, this format of sheriff, which kind of mixes a sub game into commander while playing draft, is just the best. I'm having the most fun, and coming here for the first time and winning my first game as a zombie feels right.
Andy is as one of our friends that we met here at the card shop, and he did a great job on this game that we played, building his deck.
Strixhaven's a fun set. The whole lessons, the learning are a great concept to add to the format.
Sheriff, yeah, it's a very interesting one to play because instead of playing a game where you're by yourself, you have teammates to work along with, and the game aspect of the game could change turn by turn.
I can respect that. You got rid of the most powerful player first.
Brains!
Alright, good game, guys.
I didn't
That was fun.
That was solid.
I died.
You just
before
died.
all of that.
So you're just...
We forgot to revive you.
You're just a bandit. You're not a
He's
zombie.
in his coffin waiting for him to kill a zombie.
Such a crazy game, right? So make sure you like, make sure you comment, and make sure that you subscribe to us. We also have a Twitter and an Instagram. We also have started our Patreon. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and we'll see you next week for another Marshal Magic.